Good morning. In the lecture 2 of Unit 2, we are going to study about linear measurements. In the lecture 1, we have studied about the working principle of vernier caliper. Today, we are going to in this lecture, we are going to study some additional types of vernier calipers. Vernier calipers can be of three types: Type A vernier caliper, Type B vernier caliper, and Type C vernier caliper. Depending upon the method of measurement, they are classified as Type A, Type B, and Type C. In the Type A vernier caliper, see at the bottom, there is a sliding jaw for external measurement. So this jaw is used for external measurement, and at the bottom, this jaw is used for internal measurement. So this type of vernier caliper can be used for external measurement as well as internal measurement, and there is a depth measuring blade is also available. So this type is called as Type A vernier caliper. So this is a picture of Type A vernier caliper. This is for external measurement or outer dimensions, and the top jaw is used for measuring internal dimensions. Next, Type B vernier caliper. So jaws are provided at the same side. So the internal jaw is used for measuring external measuring faces, and the outer external measuring faces are used for external measurements. They are on the same side, but no provision is available for measuring the depth. So this type is called as a Type B vernier caliper. This picture shows the picture of Type B vernier caliper. No depth measurement. Here internal face is used for the external measurements. External face is used for internal measurements. Then Type C vernier caliper. Jaws are provided on both sides. So this is very similar to Type B vernier caliper. So internal faces are used for external measurement, external faces are used for internal measurement. In addition to that, there is a knife edge face for marking purpose. So you can set the measurement here and you can mark it in using this side. So this type of vernier is called as Type C vernier caliper. No provision is available for depth measurement. So this is a picture of Type C vernier caliper. So this is the top jaw is used for marking purposes. Here the internal jaw is used for external measurements and external jaw is used for internal measurements. The next vernier type is called as a vernier height gauge. Okay. So this vernier height gauge can take vertical measurements. Okay. So in the vernier height gauge, so this is a main scale or graduated scale. This main scale is held vertical. It is held firmly vertical perfectly at 90 degree. Okay. So it has a base. This base is grounded. It has very highest accuracy, and it has ground. Okay, or surface plate. It is like the base is like a surface plate. Base of vernier height gauge is like a surface plate. It is ground and finely ground, and it is lapped in order to get very high accuracy. So the job is placed between the base and the graduate sliding scale or vernier scale. So this is the vernier scale. Vernier scale is sliding. So a slider moves. So it is placed between the slider and the base. Job is placed between the slider and the base. So there are two clamps. One is a clamping screw. So this clamping screw is adjusted to, it is screwed to tighten the workpiece and the slider, and the fine adjustment screw is used for moving the slider by fine movements. Okay. So unlike the depth gauge, in the depth gauge scale is moving, vernier scale is or slider is fixing, whereas here scale is fixed and the vernier scale is moving. Okay. Vernier height gauge is used for measuring height of parts or marking the height and the parts are to an accuracy of 0.2 mm. Vernier scale mounted on the base is the main scale. So this is the main scale. Measuring jaw carrying vernier scale slides on the main scale. Fine adjustment clamp is provided with lock nut. They are available in various sizes. Consist of different parts: base, beam. So beam is the main scale. Then measuring jaw, and the fourth one is the graduations, and the fifth one is the sliders and the scribers. So this is a scriber. For marking purposes, you can use this scriber. Then vernier height gauge. So the picture of vernier height gauge is shown here. So base, beam, measuring jaw, graduation, slider are shown here. Then vernier depth gauge. So it is a precision instrument used for measuring depth of holes, recesses, slots and step. So it is very much similar to the vernier caliper. Working principle is very much similar to the vernier caliper. It is placed in the surface plate. Okay, it is placed in the surface plate or anvil. It is placed where the distance to be measured. The depth is workpiece. Placed on the workpiece where the surface is ground and lapped to very high accuracy. Okay, it is different from the vernier height gauge. In the vernier height gauge scale, the main scale is fixed, whereas in the vernier depth gauge, the main scale is moving. Okay, the vernier scale is fixed in this depth gauge, whereas vernier scale is moving in the vernier height gauge. So this is the main difference between vernier depth gauge and the vernier height gauge. But also working principle is same as that of the vernier caliper. So the picture of vernier depth gauge: base, it is as a graduated beam, clamping screw, fine adjustment screw mechanism, and a vernier scale. Then the micrometer. So micrometer, it is also a linear measurement instrument. It can measure an accuracy of up to 0.01 mm. Micrometer is used to take outside measurement, so it is called as outside micrometer. Micro means 1 by 1000. So it can measure an accuracy of up to 1 by 1000 mm. So it got the name micrometer. It is based on the screw mechanism. Okay, when you rotate a screw and nut, the nut will have the linear movement. There is a rotation. Out of the rotation, you can get the linear movement. The rotary motion is converted into linear movement in the screw nut mechanism. So this principle is used in the micrometer. The first micrometer was invented by William Gascoigne in Yorkshire of England in 17th century, and was used in telescopes to measure angular distances between stars. Okay. The commercial micrometer is released by Brownie and Sharpe Company in 1867. So the Abbey's law states that the maximum accuracy may be obtained when the line of measurement is in line with the axis of the instrument. Okay, line of measurement is in line with the axis of the instrument. In the micrometer, this is the anvil, this is the spindle, and this is the job, and this is the scale. The line of measurement is in line with the axis of measurement. Whereas this is a diagram of vernier caliper. In the vernier caliper, this is a line of measurement. This is a line of measurement. This is the axis of instrument. So there is an offset between the axis of instrument and the line of measurement. So they are not in line. So maximum accuracy is obtained in vernier in screw gauge or micrometer, whereas less accuracy will be obtained in the vernier caliper. So micrometer is used in mechanical engineering for precisely measuring thickness of blocks, outer and inner diameters of shafts, and depths and slots. So micrometers have several advantages over other types of measuring instruments like vernier caliper. Okay, micrometer generally provides greater precision than a caliper, but can measure a small range of lengths. Okay, this is a micrometer. In the micrometer, the left part is called as an anvil. So this anvil is stationary and it is fixed to the C frame. Okay, there is a C frame and it is fixed to the left end of the C frame. And this anvil and the spindle have the same diameter. The diameter of anvil and spindle are same. Okay, the anvil, the face of the anvil. So this is the face of the anvil. The face of the anvil is finely ground and it is perfectly flat. And the face of the spindle and face of the anvil are perfectly parallel. Okay, in order to provide better accuracy, this face is perfectly flat and it is also perfectly flat, perfectly at 90 degree, and it is sometimes carbon tips are used at the face in order to avoid the wear and tear. So when the micrometer works on the screw mechanism. Okay, when you rotate the spindle is connected to the nut. Okay, nut and the screw mechanism. This is a screw mechanism. When you rotate the thimble, this movement is converted into the, okay, if you rotate the thimble, it is converted into the fine linear movement of the spindle. Okay, the micrometer. So first you have to set the zero reading on the micrometer. That is, you have to place the anvil and spindle, both are close together. Okay, they should come close together, and you should set the reading on the thimble as 0, 0. You have to set the thimble reading at the main scale reading. So this is a sleeve. In the sleeve, this is a main scale. It's a main scale. In the main scale, it is similar to our steel rule. Okay, 0, 1 mm, 2 mm, 3, 4, 5 mm. So like steel rule, all the readings are noted in the main scale. It has graduations on the upper side as well as on the lower side. The lower side, so on the upper side the graduations are 1 mm, and also the lower side the graduations are of 1 mm. Okay, but in the lower side it is in between the 1 mm and 0.5 mm. So it is 0, 0.5 mm, 1 mm, 1.5 mm, 2 mm, like that. So here it reads 5.5 mm and it 5.15 mm. Here 12 divisions. So the least count accuracy is 12 into 0.01. So 5.5 plus 0.12, 5.62 mm. The reading shows 5.62 mm in this micrometer. So it is a thimble has the conical head. It has a vernier scale reading. Okay, vernier scale reading. So it has 50 graduations on the vernier scale readings. So a small ratchet is provided at the other end of the micrometer for fine measurements. So when you rotate the thimble, the spindle rotates and the job is placed between the anvil and the spindle. And by moving the thimble, the exact distance can be measured. And the ratchet is used for fine measurement. It provides a clicking sound. Ratchet provides a clinging sound. That is, it has a ratchet and pawl mechanism. It allows wheel only one direction. The reverse rotation is not possible using this ratchet and wheel mechanism. So this is a anvil, this is a spindle, this is sleeve. Sleeve has main scale and thimble has graduations. Ratchet, this is a ratchet. So in the micrometer the reading taken is, this is a 5 mm. It reads on 36 mm. Okay, it reads on 36 mm, 36 divisions. So least scale accuracy of micrometer is 0.01 mm. So 36 into 0.01, which is 0.36. So it is 5.5 mm. So the reading is 5.86 mm. Okay, thank you.